ونبينا بالقاسم محمد وآل الطيبين الطاهرين سيما بقية الله روحي وأرواحنا فداء. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam in saying number 12 says وَعَجَزُ عَجَزُ النَّاسِ مَنْ عَجَزَ عَنْ اكتساب الإخوان وَأَعْجَزُ مِنْهُ مَنْ زَيَّعَ مَنْ ظَفَرَ بِهِ مِنْهُمْ. So, translation, brother Shafiq, if you're ready.
Naam, Sayyidina. Imam says, the most helpless of all men is he who cannot find a few brothers during his life. But still more helpless is he who finds such a brother but loses him.
Yeah, we can say helpless, but maybe unfortunate. It can be another, translation that is good. Unfortunate is he who cannot gain a few sincere friends during his life. Unfortunate or helpless. But exactly the word of, because we have two words of ajaz. Ajaz, it's from, ajaza. It means, being capable. And somebody is capable, yeah, it cannot do something. And ajaz means more capable. So exactly who is the most capable, who is the most unfortunate or helpless people between all of the human beings is someone is not able to gain or find someone as a friend, as a sincere friend, as a close friend. So actually it's it's clear, because before that, if you remember, one of the things that Amir al-Mu'minin says as one of the tool, one of the way that you can gain a friend for yourself, it's bashasha. And bashasha means smile. This is something without any spending, without any expense, and all of the human beings they can do. But if somebody is capable from doing this one, it means that that person is the most capable, helpless, most unfortunate people between all of them, among all of the human beings. So this part, I think, is really clear. And about another part, I mean, the part that says, I have to say Assalamu alaikum to two brothers that they join us right now. وَأَعْجَزُ مِنْ مَنْ زَيَّعَ مَنْ ظَفَرَ بِهِ مِنْهُمْ. So, and who is more capable, who is, we can say more helpless, more unfortunate person, is a person that maybe one day has achieved to someone as a friend, but why now is losing that person. So why this person is so unfortunate, because this person, even it doesn't need to maybe make a lot of effort, because when someone is with you, knows you and likes you, so in this case it's really hard to maybe try to maybe if you want to I mean disconnecting is more hard than the connecting and being connected with that person. When you're connected with someone, it's really hard to disconnect. That person loves you, that person likes you. How is it possible to disconnect with someone that is with you? So for this reason, because you don't need to make effort, Imam says this one is more hard and harder than maybe I can say it's worse than maybe someone is not able to gain a friend for himself. So actually, all of these things that today we want to talk about it can, exactly, is available, and we can talk about it in a marriage and about the spouses. So because it's really hard when you're not able to get engaged with someone. You don't have this ability. You cannot express yourself. You cannot show what you have. Yeah, some of us, we are not getting married because sometimes we are maybe afraid from the money, wealth, or maybe what will happen in future, and about the treatment of our children, and any other fears. But sometimes some person, they don't get married because their morality, their ethics is not good. They cannot attract someone, and anybody, they are escaping from them because they are full of anger. So and this is really important. And if someone after marriage is doing something that his spouse, or maybe his wife try to disconnect and divorce, it means that person was not able and ability to attract someone that was attract to him. Yeah, imagine sometimes I want to attract someone that does not know me, but after knowing you, after someone is made familiar with you, in this case, it's real hard to try to do something to maybe disconnect, or maybe try to I don't forget, I need one verb from the first of our session, but I can't remember that verb. So actually, the point that is important in this hadith about the Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam's thing, it's how is it possible to do something that maybe after that, as a result of our friend, they will go out, they will disconnect with us. What's the reason? What's the reason exactly that somebody that before that was our friend tried to disconnect our connection? So these are some points that Imam Ali alayhi salam also in Nahjul Balaghah is mentioned in talking about this one. One of them that is really important, Imam Ali alayhi salam says, "Man ata al-washiya ضيع الصديق." This is one of them. Another one, لا يغلبن عليك سوء الظن فإنه لا يدع بينك وبين خليل صلحا. This one, it's exactly being optimistic about your friend. Being optimistic and sometimes, thinking in a bad way about your friend. Maybe I try to say, or try to stick some, labels on my friend without being a reality. So actually, when you're thinking about your friend in an optimistic way, as a result, you will have lots of problems, because thinking is not only in our mind, sometimes has a manifestation, and as a result, we will do it something that shows what is searching of what is happening in our mind. When I'm thinking bad about you, sometimes I'm saying, or maybe I'm doing something that shows that I'm thinking about you what. So this is one of the problem that maybe cause the disconnection between the friends. And actually, this is one of the problem between the spouses. From the first day after marriage, all of us, we have to try to think about each other in a best way. Being pessimistic, or I made a mistake. Yeah, pessimistic. I have to say at first pessimistic and right now optimistic. Yeah. So we have to try to be optimistic, not pessimistic about our friends and our spouse, because when you're thinking in a bad way about your spouse, every day, every moment, you will have engaging mind. You don't have an easy life, and even your spouse, after some days, after some years, or after, I don't know, some months, will understand it. What are you thinking about? And this caused a disconnection. So this is one of the things that we have to be careful about it. Su'ul dhann, or we can say being pessimistic about someone or thinking bad things about him. And another one, it's hasada. Imam says hasadu sadiq min suqm al-mawadda. Imam says exactly, mawadda, like human being, sometimes has a disease. And the disease of or the sickness of friendship, it's hasad. When you have hasada in your heart, you cannot think, and you cannot maybe have the best advice for your friend. Because one of the duty that we have as a friend, it's advice for each other. When you're thinking in a way of hasada every day, you think, oh, why he has this one, or why he doesn't have this one, or maybe his status is better than me, his wealth is more than me, and everything I'm thinking like this about him, I cannot suggest or I cannot advise in the best way for him. So I'm not a good friend. And as a result, after some days, after some months, after some year, that person absolutely will understand that I'm not someone who wants to, be a good friend for that person. And this is also exactly between the spouses. It's really hard to imagine that spouses, they have about each other hasada, but it happens sometimes. As an example, when both of them are engineer, when both of them are maybe a student in university, or when both of them are dentists, so I don't know. So in this case, maybe after some years, they will start a competition. Yeah, my occupation is better or you, my talent is more or you. So in this case, yeah, competition can be good sometimes, but maybe sometimes it can harmful, especially for spouses. And a little hasada in after marriage between the spouses, it will it will eradicate the love in that family, in that couple, between those couples. This is the second one. And a third one, Imam Ali ibn Muhammad al-Hadil alayhi salam says, "Al-mira'u yufsidu sadaqat al-qadima wa yahullu al-uqdat al-wathiqa." So arguments or mara. What's the definition of mara? Mara is exactly when you're discussing with someone without any result. You're discussing. Maybe sometimes you're repeating your words and your sentences and your arguments, and you cannot, both of you cannot make a conclusion. This is not a logical discussion. Only you want to discuss. We are calling in a hadith, this one mara, and we can say in English maybe kind of argument. Yeah. So when you have argument with your friend, it will spoil. Imam says it will spoil your friendship. Even Imam says as-sadaqatul qadima. It means even if your friendship that is so old, that is belonged to maybe some decades ago. In this case, even your relationship, your friendship will be spoiled. if you have some arguments. And this is exactly really important. Nowadays, many spouses, they want to live with each other, but it's not possible. What I'm saying, what I'm talking about, if you're talking with the, counselor, I mean the family counselor, they're talking about this one. Sometimes, because we have a red district in family, and when you are, maybe tore, when you're tear, the red district, after that, you cannot, maybe make up. You cannot maybe concentrate. Yeah, you cannot make up it again because actually the problem that we will have after that, when I'm saying something that is not eligible, maybe your personality and even me myself, my identity, my personality, I'm insulting. After that, I cannot make up between the spouses. So after that, if I made a decision, if I make a decision, I say, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I don't want to say again. No, you have done something that, even your regret cannot help you, because your relationship cannot be in like a first day. So this is really important that spouses should control, and especially men, because men actually they are going out of anger, and their temper will be a little bit bad. So in this case, really, we have to be careful. In a time that we are angry, we shouldn't talk, we shouldn't say, we shouldn't try to discuss, because as a result, maybe we are saying something that we cannot make up after that. So this is real important between friends, and also after marriage with our spouses. And another one, Imam says, لا وحدة أوحش من العجب. And another one, من رضي عن نفسه كثر الساخط عليه. So Imam says, it's so careful, and we can say dangerous, being alone for the reason of ujb, for the reason of anger, or maybe, excuse me, ujb, I mean pride, yeah, or maybe we can say arrogance. So when you have arrogance, actually you will be alone. Somebody does not like to be with you. This is one of the thing that in a hadith is calling as a attribute, as a characteristics of mu'min. It's being humble. So when we have ujb, when we we are arrogant, as a result, our friends will be go away, and also we can say maybe after marriage, this is one of the problem that we will have. Right now, I can say, because I'm engaged, I'm a little bit familiar with this case that I want to say. One of my close family member, right now they have a problem, these spouses together, and the reason exactly is arrogance. Both of them, they have arrogance. They want to be a person that is saying the last word. So in this case, they cannot combine their words. It's not possible. Somebody is not listening, only they want to be a speaker. So this is the problem that right now they have. And I believe that many of spouses, when they are living like this, as a result, their maybe relationship will cause divorce, unfortunately. And sixth one in a hadith, it's generally bad temper or bad morality and ethic. When you're not, when you don't have bashasha, when you're not smiling, when you are, so angry, when you are, when you cannot control your tongue, when you cannot control maybe your hand, yeah, sometimes, unfortunately, yeah, and some other things like this. And next one also, it's lack of patience. أن أبي عبد الله عليه السلام قال أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام في وصيته لابنه محمد بن حنفية. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, he says, I narrated from Imam Ali alayhi salam. Imam Ali alayhi salam had a will to his son, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya. إياك والعجب وسوء الخلق وقلة الصبر فإنه لا يستقيم لك على هذه الخصال الثلاثة صاحب ولا يزال لك عليها من الناس مجانب. Imam says, try to be, away from three things. One of them is arrogance. Another one, ujb. The first one was arrogance or ujb. Second one, su al khulq, bad temper. And a third one, qillat al-sabr, the lack of patience. These are three things that when you have these, or in fact, when you have these three characteristics, you cannot be with someone, and all the person they are, try to be away from you. So we need the patience, because actually in one relationship, it's something, routine, it's something typical, that we will have some problems. Sometimes maybe my brother, my friend is saying something bad, not exactly insulting, maybe something bad, because it happens for us. Even we are saying something, after that we will regret about it. So if we don't have patience, after one mistake from our friend, we will miss each other. And in marriage, exactly, when we don't have a patience, when we cannot endure each other. So in this case, we maybe before 1 year, we will divorce, because it's routine things. The maybe a marriage and the I can say life is not like a romance film, yeah, because in a romance film, yeah, you can watch any maybe problems or mistakes or maybe bad temper. No, sometimes it happens. We have to try to avoid it. We shouldn't do ourselves, but when sometimes our partner is doing something, we should to maybe forgive that person. We shouldn't be have lack of patience. So that was another one. And the last one, if I want to say, Imam says, إذا احتشم المؤمن أخاه فقد فارقه. If you are doing something that as a result your friend be ashamed, in that case, Imam says, فَقَدْ فَارِقَهُ. If you're doing these things, after that you will maybe let that person to disconnect, because we shouldn't ashame someone. We shouldn't do something so as a result that person maybe. If I want to say one example, could you say one example? If something that we are doing that our friend maybe as a result will be ashamed. Yeah, as an example, if I want to say, when you are in a gathering and you know one secret about your friend. So maybe in a kidding way, you're starting discussion, you are talking about one of the secret of your friend in that gathering, in that meeting. So as a result, your friend will be ashamed, and after that, maybe it will, being separated from you. And this is also will happen with our spouses. Especially, we have to be aware about, maybe when we are in our family gathering with our spouse. Imagine you are with your wife, or some ladies, if they are in group, if they are with their husband. So when we are in a family members in a family gathering, it's not important the families of our husband, or I mean our spouse or our family members. If you're talking bad, if you're talking about a secret of your spouse, as a result, it will happen something that you cannot again make up. So these are really important points that we can understand, that we can make conclusion through the hadith about the ways that we are losing and losing our friends if we are doing these things. So right now, if you have any question, at your service. Nothing. So for the hastening in the return of our Imam, and inshallah he will be good, and as soon as possible, yeah, we can meet him, recite salawat. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج